Hey, Good Optical. How you doing? How is the Sunday going? All good. A bit tired, but I'll make it through Civilized stream even. Yeah. I got a kind of a free evening, so decided to stream. No, stream, yeah. But you stream like not every day, but quite several days, right? Let's see. Oh, just passed the 420 followers. No 420. Okay, yeah, no schedule here. But yeah, this was Friday, Wednesday. Inconsistent weekend project. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the book, so I'll add one more day for like book day. Yeah, but I have 2 weeks vacations, and after that. So let's start today's. I managed to make the app run. Yeah, I'm going to Sicily, south of Italy. Hopefully they don't change the regulations like just now, because it's been pretty relaxed. But now there was another. Yeah, so we are seeing Corona now. Corona, Netherlands. There was another like peak. Yeah, so it was like I think it got 1800, and in March the higher was 1300. So they might change. I don't know, here in the Netherlands at least, the regulations. I hope they don't change this weekend. We can go. Anyway, so I managed to make the project run and do the routing. I was missing quite some stuff, so build. I have the habit of running this build and like install dependencies and these kind of commands like hundreds of times. So there is a home which render this timer, and then if you go to the dashboard, well, dashboard is also the timer, and I'm gonna start to put some more shape, but for now, if I log out, removing the token, I should be prompt with this thing and the okay, so I had a few hard-coded things, but the fake API work. Yeah, so and then if I go to login, it will go just to dashboard because I'm logged in. So that's what I did, and I'll off stream basically after Thursday, and I will walk through that today. So yeah, I managed to do the routing, not during stream, but wrap it up, and then I'll do probably one of these two, probably let's say concurrency model, but By the way, one question, because I realized that this might be annoying, and I probably need to find a better way. This, like the switching, because what I do basically to move between desktop and between Chrome, whatever I'm seeing in Chrome and the editor, I just scroll like this, but maybe that's annoying. Guess the other thing I could do is switch like this, but that's also probably even worse. So let me know if the scrolling through desktops, the first one, yeah, this one. Okay. I have quite some other because I stream from the same machine that I work on. Yeah, maybe you mean like this one. Yes, yeah. I guess the animation can. Oops. So I could tab, but I think, yeah, this opens like all the Chrome tabs, and it does the same, the same animation. So basically this, what I did is kind of copy slowly the real world halogen app. Should be this one. Let's see if one's fine. No, this is there is a guide. Okay, I'll take a look at the guide later, but is it the app running? Demo? No. Okay, doesn't matter, but this has basically like mono transformer or like rear T pattern. So I think I had the main open here, yes. Yeah, and I know you Kid Optical probably know what is that, but like if somebody in chat doesn't know, please ask. So the main basically mounts the component, the halogen root component, which is the router, but it also sets up the environment, gets the user from local storage and validates with API that this user is valid. What else? Finds the root component, which renders the router. And the last thing, it listens for changes in the path, and it emits, it navigates there, sorry. And then, and this is all in the AFF or AF monad, but then there is the appm, which is the app monad, and this one has all the capabilities. I didn't add any capability, which is like fetching users and seeing the time, creating articles, but not. And the app is just a reader T with AF. It's only one thing, not many levels of mono transformer things. What more? The instances are here. I had to implement this one, so let's take a look what I did. Main, I did a few different things only because like I like to render not in the root, in the body, but render on a deep, so that's like might not be there, whereas the body will always be there. So yeah, it's like the element here, I guess. We'll do that here. And then there is no, because I saved the token to local storage, but then the request to validate that the user is still connected needs to be by email and password. The fake API I'm using doesn't support like checking with tokens, so now I'm just like with the hard-coded user doing that here, if there is a token. But I will change it once I work on the API. Then, well, the same thing here, setting up the environment. And then on the route changes, I did something else. So if the user is logged in and the new route the user tries to go to login, basically I just show either the dashboard or the previous route. So because if you're logged in, why would you go to the login? And otherwise then I'll navigate there and emit the navigate. Just this is passing the query to the router component. And if there is no app div, oh, I throw an error. I guess I could default to the body. No, that would be worse. Okay, manage these capabilities I didn't implement, but I will probably do once I transform this into a real app. I mentioned the last stream that what I want to do is something like Pocket or any of those, like not for reading, but for saving links, like a bookmark application, but like a queue where you only see the first element you added, and once you read it, you can see the next one, and then of course you can see all the ones you read. I have CLI for that, but I never use it because for reading the browser or the phone it's like so annoying to use the CLI. So that's what I will do, and I will probably transform this app into that. So what's next? I guess the router component. I close all of these. Okay, we have the router here. So the router has the state and the current user. And one thing I should point out that there is the app M, there is in the reader T environment there is a current user, which is ref, immutable ref, and a bus which also writes the current user. So this is how we communicate the login to the rest of the app, and then can subscribe from there, and that's basically what the router does with the higher order component. The router itself keeps the route and the user in the state. I don't know if there is any React people in chat, but if there is, basically this is different from React. In Hallution, the props you have to like save them as a state, and then you can decide if you want to listen to any change, if I remember the docs correctly, or if you want to just like initial props only save them as a state. So in React you get the props and they're available to you, and anytime they change up in the tree, the component gets re-rendered. I like this. It feels a bit more verbose, but so far hasn't been a problem. Well, I've been following this tutorial anyway. What does the router do? So gets all the capabilities. I think I only use monad ask and navigate. On handle action, it initializes by parsing the first route and navigating there, and receive the user. It's basically the subscription to the bus. Just saves it as the current user. And handle query, which is basically like a push, if I remember correctly, from the parent that renders it, which we saw it. No. What was the name? Yes, we saw it here. So this is telling the router to navigate in a particular place, and the query that the browser can receive is this. So this is like a push from the parent component. So then it navigates if the user is different from login and register. I don't have a register route yet, so and if the route is different from the previous one, otherwise it doesn't. So what I did in router, in initialize, just parse the route and receive the current user, and in handle query, I did the same thing, and then it renders the route, so nothing like new there. But then there is this connect component, which is a higher order component. Connect is defined, connect there. So why connect? So what does connect do? Well, it has more actions: initialize, handle user bus, receive, and emit, and it has this row type, which is the current user, and it has that as the input, and it passes that down to the next one, whereas the next one only has the rest of the input. So the router, which is the wrap component or the inner component, gets the current user because it's wrapped with connect, but when I render it here, I don't need to provide. Sorry. Yeah, you see, so the input, which is like the props, what are the props? I don't need to provide anything. Yes. And it makes sure, using these row lags, that the input type of the inner component does not have current user as one of the rows, which basically I had to dig a bit more into the row part of records, which was cool, and I'll probably dedicate a bit more later on. See more people in well, not in chat, but viewing. What's up, chat? Musencap is here. I remember I had to tell you something when doing the stream, but I don't know what it was. Okay, so what does it do? Initialize gets the current user and the bus from the reader context, subscribes to the bus, which is this bus event source here, and that's defined in a util, I think. Yes, get to that later. And then reach the current user from the environment and set it state. This listens to the user bus. It's this action here, the subscription. So basically, it emits a new one all the time. I have logs. This shouldn't be here. CID. Okay. It should tell me that I'm not. Yeah, I'm not using log. Okay. So handle user bus just modifies with the current user that it receives from the bus. Receive is when it receives input and it can get the current user. Put sets the state and it inserts. Inserts in a record. Okay, this is I remember now. This was the way to insert in a route type kind of record, and emit just traces the output. Okay. And then handle query, just it's handling the query of the inner one, and renders the inner component. So this is the connect, and this basically I struggled with this one for a bit because I forgot to connect things here and then to read the current user and handle the user bus, but once this was set up it started working basically. And the bus event source, so it's synchronous effect. There is a bus where you can read from it. And it produces event source, and event source is from Halogen as well, which gives you an emitter, and then you basically read forever in a forked part, which I get the idea of forking, but that's what I want to read a bit more next and see. And then it kills the fiber with the final, that returns the final answer, which is what kills the fiber if these are mounts or something. So from event source, like you get the function that operates an AF, and you need to return a finalizer, which is basically like the callback to finish it. So far what I'm seeing is like mixed of like JavaScript and Haskell things. Like I like the type way, and I thought I will be annoyed by the fact that it's not lazy, mostly because it's different to Haskell, which is the one that they learned this syntax with and this way of working with the strongly typed functional programming. So I thought I will miss the laziness, but maybe I don't use it enough, or I pick, because I never had also issues with laziness. Anyway, and that's kind of it. Then there are a few probably more. Let's see what else is here. Okay, navigate, just it's the navigate class, and the navigate class, it's implemented by app-m, It does. Yeah, I mentioned that they had to implement this. Route defines the routes. Not much here. What I want to see, because now I'm using this routing duplex. No, where was the routing? Yeah, routing hash. But I like to see if I can use absolute routing, not with hash. I'm not so much of a fan of routing with hash. Okay, so the route was the one thing, and the other is the util opaque load. No, it was the API. So the API. I have the login with the hard-coded things here, and it returns either an error or the token. This is one thing that I like of anonymous records. I had to return 2 strings. Yeah, of course I could give like a new time for each, but I can also just return these 2 anonymous records, and now I won't confuse at all the left and the right, because this is basically named, and this one as well. So, and then it is just the local storage part for the token. I think what I want to change here next, since we're at it, should be short, is to write to local storage. Yeah, what's this? Not the token, but the user. Yeah, it's not good to save email and password, but this is just for testing. Otherwise, I need to do this fake thing where when I check the user if it's what I have in local storage is right. I get so. And I guess I could even make it so, because I'm thinking about the fact that there is logged in user which has also a token, but I think can be used for the other request. But yeah, let's not worry too much about that. So let's say that this is maybe user, then this gets a user. So probably now I need to stringify to JSON. Create token. JSON, decode JSON. Decode JSON returns either. Yes, I can just code JSON, and now this should be hash. I can use hash of str, but then I can just hash. That should be it. Hash come from either. Okay, I guess I'll put this in another. Yeah. But right token, so now I will do JSON and code JSON. Use. Sorry about that. Let's see. Oh my. Okay. I was so happy that the previous stream the connection didn't go down, but then this one goes down, which is, and I'm not watching the chat yet, so give me 1 minute. Oh man, I didn't. I think I was so fast to connect again before it went down. I think it gives you like 90 seconds, but why this happens? I talked to the ISP and they gave me just like a stupid suggestion. Okay, so at least it didn't go down. I don't even know where I was. Oh, give me a second because I restarted the machine, so I need to get back where I was. Oh. Oh, so the big crowd doesn't go crazy without me. They're actually playing some like salsa or some kind of Latin music here in the neighborhood all day. I could listen to that as well. And okay, almost there. So where I was, where I left off. Was I in? This is big enough. Otherwise, let me know. And API. I was changing the API. Yes. PSCID. Serve. Okay. Is this okay? No. So what I wanted to search was the code JSON, and probably that gives you a JSON out like type. And encode JSON. Sorry. Yeah, that produces JSON. So what I want is Argonaut. Okay, so either these to string. No. Unsafe stringify. No. Foreign generic, that's not the one I have. Or JSON to string then. Okay, stringify, and I think I've seen this one. It's probably even in the same file. No. Okay. JSON stringify. What? Token key. Okay. So by the key should be user. What error am I getting? Effect maybe string with type JSON. Is this because some yeah, I have to map. Control. Where is fmap coming from? Call map. Okay. And then this one, I think it's I think I'm doing whatever. Let's see if this is the right thing. This code JSON. Oh, code JSON. Ah, I see. So string to JSON from string. JSON parser. Yes, this one. For data Argonaut JSON parser. Yes. But what do I do? I parse and then okay, let's do the more verbose way. I get the stored item and what I do with it, I parse and then I hash that, but how is the music chat? I'm always asking. Well, now it's changing the song or something. Or maybe there was never music. No. Yeah. I keep forgetting. What? Okay, there should be. Okay. Okay, so what's the error now? Could match maybe string with string. We're trying to match that effect maybe string. Begin bind tip token. Oh. Okay, so this is effect of a string. If I map that to JSON parser, what do I get? So I get either I get the type. should do find. Can use find, but what was find fit? So now I have find fit and based on the code trace. Control bind. So that is in control. Could not match type either string trace. Wait. I'm confusing too many things. This parser gets the string. But I need to map this. Now what's that? Maybe string. Oh yes. Because this gives me maybe of a string. So now I map. So that holes with question mark. For what has defined type, maybe either string or JSON, and maybe okay. We could substitute the hole with nice suggestions. Okay, so I say bind it. And then what? Either string JSON and maybe. Now what's the type of this? Oh. So what is either string JSON to maybe not bind it bind no, it was bind it. Yes, now I got it, sorry. So I need to give it a function that goes from either string to maybe of this. And that probably is based on at this point of trying random things. Probably the solution is to traverse. Okay, let's start again. What? I need a function that does this. This user maybe okay. One step at a time. So now what has the import type? Maybe JSON, maybe this. And JSON, code JSON, it's JSON to JSON, code JSON, and what? Yes. This is not Haskell. No composition with dot. Okay. This is not what I wanted to end up with. Okay. That also works. But what is the either string or JSON, and this is also either string. Because I mean maybe here. So let's say user in user all A, maybe A. Then this need a class. Okay, so JSON parser doesn't take a class. The code JSON, okay. Code JSON A. For all A, the code how we should go in chat. The code JSON comes from let's see, the code JSON class. For and then work with my parse. Okay. This is. I can keep it here for now. There is parse JSON and JSON parse. So. Can I do this? Which ones am I importing? The code JSON and code JSON? This is cool. I really like this. I think I mentioned that in a previous stream. Compared to JavaScript, the module system is really nice. Like being able to import things with the same name, for example. It's one of the best things. Okay, so this is not read token anymore, but instead read use. Right, same here. Right, user and token key user. Move user. JSON code JSON code where yeah, that should compile. No, that shouldn't compile actually. I should get errors that this read user is failing in other places. Yeah. Where do I get error? Login form.